Param Vijayate Shri Krishna Sankirtanam, total victory of Hare Krishna. Today, unlike last time, I know I said it was going to be my last class for a while. No, I'm here today and I'm the one leading the class, so that will be fun. You get to see me one more time. Krishna has blessed you. Today we are looking at Bhagavad-gita. Today we are looking at Bhagavad-gita chapter 2, verse 59. Let's get started. Viṣayā vinivartante nirāhārasya dehinaḥ rasa-varjaṁ raso asya param dṛṣṭvā nivartate. Viṣayā, objects for sense enjoyment. Vinivartante, a practice to be refrained from. Nirāhārasya, by negative restrictions. Dehinaḥ, for the embodied. Rasa-varjaṁ, giving up the taste. Rasa, sense of enjoyment. Api, although there is. Asya, his. Param, far superior things. dṛṣṭvā, by experiencing. Nivartate, ceases from. Well, I'm going to see how many. Oh, there's only one change. Okay, this is going to be quick. Woo! I'm kind of tired, so, yeah. The embodied soul may be restricted from sense enjoyment, though the taste for sense objects remains. But ceasing such engagements by experiencing a higher taste, he is fixed in consciousness. Purport. Unless one is transcendentally situated, it is not possible to cease from sense enjoyment. The process of restriction from sense enjoyment by rules and regulations is something like restricting a diseased person from certain types of eatables. The patient, however, neither likes such restriction nor loses his taste for eatables. Eatables. Similarly, sense restriction by some spiritual process called āsṭāṅga-yoga in the matter of yama, niyama, āsana, and prāṇāyāma, pratyāhāra, dharaṇā, dhyāna, etc. It's recommended for less intelligent persons who have no better knowledge, but one who has tasted the beauty of the Supreme Lord Kṛṣṇa in his course of in the course of his advancement in Krishna consciousness, no longer has a taste for dead material things. Therefore, restrictions are there for the less intelligent neophytes in the spiritual advancement of life. But such restrictions are only good if one actually has a taste for Krishna consciousness. When one is actually Krishna conscious, he automatically loses his taste for pale things. Okay. Pretty nice. Let's go check out the differences. Cool. So, okay, there's only one change, so that is good. I'm not very good at changes. So hopefully this isn't a change that ruins ages and takes 15 minutes to figure out. Instead of, but such restrictions are only good if one actually has a taste for Krishna consciousness, it has been changed to, but such restrictions are only good until one actually has a taste for Krishna consciousness. So if is if will it happen, will it not? Maybe. Whereas until it's it's going to happen. Sometime. You don't know when, but it will happen. Nobody knows when, but it will happen, most likely. So, let's check the original manuscript. Wait, where is it? But such restrictions are only good unless one has actually taste for Krishna consciousness. Instead of, but such restrictions are only good if one. All right, so the if is the one that's closest to the manuscript. So by saying, oh yeah, we're taking closer to the manuscript, how cool. They haven't actually done that. So that's a bit goofy. Bro. That seems like a lie to me. Seems like a bit of an excuse there. Suspicious. Yeah, so it's not taking it closer to the manuscript. I think this change is bullcaca. I didn't say a bad word, so nobody can tell me off. And Yeah, it's kind of just a lame ass change. It's like, bro, just leave it as it is. What is the problem? Like, if there's like some actual error, like a word is spelt wrong, or there's just a random letter in the middle of a word and it's like, hey, why are you there? Or there's like no space or something, you know, that can be changed. Prabhupada authorized those, but he didn't authorize this type of change. And it's like, why change it? There's already, it's like, why go through that, all that extra effort just to, and say, I'm taking it closer to the manuscript, just for it not to be taken closer to the manuscript? Seems kind of pointless to me. Maybe there are good sides to being lazy. Yeah, so let's check if Jayadvaita, is that him? Yep, Jayadvaita Swami actually had a reason. So punctuation, the comma wrongly intrudes in the midst of a neither/nor construction. Goofy. J Swami, etc. is what was originally there. No change was made, so okay. Huh. There's a reason. There is a reason. We have a reason. Thank Jesus. Original manuscript are only good unless one has actually taste for Krishna consciousness. As the purport makes clear, the restrictions are for the neophytes who do not yet have a taste. Only good unless one... Okay, I don't understand that. Maybe the mystical ghost will come and help me out soon. Only good unless .png. But I've seen like so many .pngs over here. It's like, excuse me, people of smaller brain, no, not smaller brain sizes, people of less knowledge when it comes to that do not know. Like, use normal language. Stop trying to confuse everyone. They'll be like, oh, I don't know what that means, and I don't want to seem dumb. So I'm just going to go along with it and be like, oh, yeah, I know what that means. It's like a good change. No, it's not. Like, bro, original manuscripts are only good unless one actually has good. Unless one, if one, only good unless one actually has consciousness. Restrictions for the neophytes who do not yet have a taste. Okay. 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 Well, that's kind of goofy. I don't understand that. I reckon you should just leave it the same, you know? Like, what? Ah! Sorry, I just nearly did something. Yeah, so that's a change which I do not understand. I don't think it was necessary. You know, just why? Oh, they added a comma over here. Okay, that does. Oh, and they added a comma. Did, comma, material things. Did material things would be like material things that are dead. Did, comma, material things. Same thing? I don't know. Yeah, so that's what I've got from the changes. Unnecessary as usual. Some of them are actually really good. Some just, yeah, just no. Oh, I'm grey. Why am I grey? Okay, here we are. Yeah, unnecessary. All right, let's go look at the meaning of this. Okay. So it doesn't really, like, no matter how, there's a good example here. So the restriction of stuff like meat, eggs from the rules of Krishna consciousness, like, is, as it says here, like restricting a diseased person from certain types of edibles. You know, the person doesn't like the restrictions and he doesn't lose the want or the taste for those edibles. So it's like, if you put those rules in place, it doesn't change the person. It just forbids them from doing something. And neophytes will be like, hey, I don't want to follow no rules. For less intelligent persons, okay. They're like, hey, I don't want to follow those rules. So, you know, just no. But for the people who actually want to gain that and they have a want for it, they will follow the rules. And eventually Krishna will, take away their need or their want for that type of thing, like meat or eggs, fish, mushrooms, onion, garlic, alcohol, cigarettes, and can't remember the other one. Yeah. So as soon as, also, if you're watching, comment, say hi, here's some social interaction over here. We can have like a full-on conversation, man. So the neophytes, they don't want to do it. They don't want to follow those rules. Those rules are put in place and they're like, hey, I don't want to follow this, It's lame. I don't like it. Blah, 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 blah. And then people who are actually, but if you really want something, you do everything you can to get it. Like self-realization, you will do everything you can to get to that point. It will be hard along the way. Of course, nothing is easy. Nothing in life is easy. Like, you could be trying to write and then your hand hurts. Something as simple as writing can't be easy. Some people can't even, write. So nothing in life is easy. So the neophytes were like, oh, I expect it to be easy and I'll just stop wanting it right away. And, this is just like a phase or something. They won't like the restrictions and they'll still have a taste for the eatables. But somebody who actually wants it and they're striving to get it and they're determined and they're being courageous and they're really, they'll go for it. And eventually Krishna will bless them with not having to, want those things anymore. Those material things like a new couch or something. Very random example, but okay. Yeah, that's what I got out of here. There's probably like a completely different meaning. If you see a comment down below, the mystical ghost will probably respond and be like, yo, okay. Yeah. Now for contemporary application. Technically, I already did one, but I'll try and make another one in my head because I can. Oh my gosh, it's only been 12 minutes. Oh, I'm zooming through this. Oh, sorry. Let's say you want to get an A+ in excellence, 100% on one of your tests at school. I always use school examples because they're really easy. And there are two people, and so-called in this example, a neophyte and another one. The neophyte will be like, oh, I'm pretty sure I'll get it just fine without doing anything. And they're not actually going to put in the work. They're not going to put in the study. Whereas the other person, all right, so we're going to have Bob and Joe. Bob doesn't want to work for it. Joe will. Joe mama. So Bob's like, hey, okay, I'm gonna ace this test and it's gonna be easy. But I think I know everything and I can't be bothered putting in the work to study. She'll be right. Whereas Joe over here is like, hey, I need to put in some actual effort into this. So I'm going to go off and study because that's what I need to do to get to that point. So Joe goes off and then Joe meets Bob and Bob's like, hey, where are you going? I'm studying for the test. Yo, you don't need to study. It's fine. Look, we have rules that it says we have to do homework and study for the test. Nah, she'll be right. And then they walk away from each other. Yeah. So as you can tell there, Bob is very carefree. Bob doesn't want to put in the work. Bob's low-key kind of lazy. And Joe over here is like trying everything to, I'm actually going to do the work. I'm going to do the mahi. I'm going to put effort in. And mahi is the te reo word for work. So, yeah. And then Joe's being very smart. Joe's being responsible. Joe's being mature. Bob isn't. Bob's being free. Now, not in this example, not in like related to the Bhagavad-gita, but let's say Joe actually was Bob was actually secretly really smart and aced the test. Okay, cool. How did you go, Bob? No, Bob was the dumb one. Oh yeah, Bob aced the test, even though Bob didn't study. This is Joe, and this is Bob. Oh, how did you go, Bob? I went very well. Thank you, Joe, for asking. I got an A+. What did you get? Oh, I didn't get a score that was that good, but I'll try again next time. Now, Bob got it purely because of luck. Or, could just like remember a ton of things in class. And Joe didn't do as well, but Joe really tried. And eventually, Joe will get to that point. Also, if you join, drop a comment because I want to say hi to people. And also, it is nice to drop a comment, I will show it on the screen. You'll be mentioned. You'll be recognized. You'll be worshipped. Yeah, so Bob and Joe are currently, you can tell that Joe isn't being lazy and Joe is getting somewhere and Joe will get somewhere in life. Whereas Bob probably won't. Bob will probably die early because Bob is kind of goofy. Yeah, that is my contemporary application. If you didn't understand that, I'll just summarize it. The person that puts in the hard work will usually get something out of it. So if you're not willing to put in the hard work, you're not willing to put in that effort, following the regulative principles, then what's going on? And if you're actually, if you put in that work and you're actually in Krishna consciousness, you will automatically lose your taste for as it says over there, the pale things. Whereas if you're like, yeah, okay, I'm not going to put in the work, I'm not going to follow the regulative principles, then, kind of lame. Yeah, I think that is it for the class. I'm about to fall asleep. Oh my God, it's only 7:30. Still about to fall asleep. Kind of tired. Yeah. Thank you for joining me. I hope you had a fun time. I'm pretty sure I did. I'm not sure. Did I have a fun time? Yeah, I did it really fast, so I'm proud of that. Yeah, cool. So remember there's a competition. Whoever gets like the most likes, whichever video gets the most likes and like views and stuff, it's gonna win. So make sure you like this video and you like view it like 100 times and like share it a ton of times because I want to win this competition because why not? And if I win, I will have the glory in this household. I will be able to preside over and be like, hey, remember the time where I got the most views and likes and you didn't and you lost? See? Or I could use it in a good way. Yeah, I'll use it in a good way. I promise if you like and you share this video to a ton of people. But only do it for my videos where it has just me in it because I want to win this competition. Thank you very much. Thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed. I know I did. Hope you have a good evening, morning, night, afternoon, midnight snack. Don't think anybody's going to be watching this at midnight. Maybe you could be. Don't know. That is up to you. Param Vijayate Sri Krishna Sankirtanam, total world victory of Hare Krishna. Bye-bye.